Alright, so I'm going to do another intro because the other one I recorded apparently was 15 minutes. I did not think it took that long, but I do not want to make you wait 15 minutes before seeing it. But anyway, hello. Welcome back to the Keep 7 Gaming YouTube channel. Today we are playing Mono Black Aggro. And basically, to keep it short and sweet, the point of this deck is to attach Demonic Embrace onto a large threat, something like a Rotting Regisaur or something like a Spawn of Mayhem. So Demonic Embrace is a 3-mana enchantment. Enchanted creature gets +3/+1, has flying, and is a demon in addition to its other types. You may cast it from the graveyard by paying 3 life and discarding a card in addition to its other types. Attaching this to a Rotting Regisaur makes it a 10/7. Rotting Regisaur being a 3-mana 7/6. At the beginning of your upkeep, you discard a card, or attaching it to a Spawn of Mayhem makes it a 7/5, I think. Math. It's a 4 mana or 3 mana with Spectacle. Spectacle being if you did damage this turn, you can cast it for 3 mana, but overall it's a 4 mana spell. Creature, demon with Flample, Flying Trample. At the beginning of your upkeep, Spawn of Mayhem deals 1 damage to each player. Then if you have 10 or less life, put a +1/+1 counter on Spawn of Mayhem. So you attach the Demonic Embrace to either of these, making it an extremely large threat on turn 4. And swing, swing, swing. Swing, Meryl, swing. Our other kind of our removal package is Murderous Rider and Eliminate. When I started the video, Agonizing Remorse is a recent addition for me. I had Liliana Standard Bearer there instead, and it was just kind of trash. And I had 3 Eliminates, and honestly, I barely ever casted Eliminate. So I feel like Agonizing Remorse and Kitesail Freebooter are kind of your stars of removal. Agonizing Remorse lets you look into your opponent's hand and exile a non-land card from it. Kitesail Freebooter basically does the same thing, except it doesn't. You can't get a creature. You can just get non-creature, non-land cards. Both 2 mana. I think they're probably the best thing that you can get to disrupt your opponent's game plan. Eliminate will get rid of your Uros and any Planeswalker that might be a problem. Murderous Rider obviously gets rid of basically anything. So that's kind of your disruption plan, and then you have some cheap 1-drops like Gutterbones, which is just kind of your quintessential mono black 1-drop. And your Knight of the Ebon Legion, which is just a very strong 1-drop that can get out of hand if they don't remove it. It's also another potential good attachment for Demonic Embrace. If you attach Demonic Embrace to your Knight of the Ebon Legion, he becomes a 4/5. So anytime he does damage, he gets the benefit of getting a +1/+1 counter on him, because, as you can see, at the beginning of your end step, if a player lost 4 or more life this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on Knight of the Ebon Legion. He also has a great mana sync ability, the 3 mana, 2 and a black. Knight of the Ebon Legion gets +3/+3, gains Death Touch until end of turn. So, if you're playing in the late game, and in the late game in this deck is like turn 6. But basically, if you're playing and you have nothing to do with your mana, it's just a great mana sync ability. You just play it, bing, bang, boom. He'll get a +1/+1 counter on him. So, yeah, that's about it. I mean, Rankle's just kind of a diverse card. The haste is really kind of the best thing about him. You attach a Demonic Embrace to him, that's great. Good way to close out a game, probably. He's a little bit slow because he's 4 mana. I might even cut him and put something else in, but he does allow you to make the opponent discard a card, sacrifice a creature, allows you to draw a card. So he has a lot of uses. So, and as a 2-of, I don't think it's terrible. But again, basically, game plan is Demonic Embrace is your Embercleave. These are the guys you want to attach it to. The rest of this is just kind of biding time or establishing a presence that your opponent might need to answer, stuff like that. And then as far as a mana base, we have 24 lands. We have 4 Castle Lockthwains. If you're in a situation where you need to draw cards, it's a great card to have. 19 Swamps, 1 Mobilized District. It's great to have a 3/3 if you need it. You pay 4 mana, you make it a 3/3, and you can attack with it. So yeah, that's about it. This deck wins by turn 4 or loses by turn 5 or 6. Either they have an answer to what you have, or they have board wipe, or they're playing control or something like that. If you haven't won the game early, this deck loses pretty much after turns 5, 6. The longer the game goes, the less chance you have of winning. The opening hand you want is Regisaur, Demonic Embrace, and some 1-drops and stuff. So that's what you're looking at. The games you're going to watch, I'm not a very good aggro pilot, so take everything you watch me play with a grain of salt. I'm really bad at aggro decks. I'm definitely more of a control player, so you'll see a lot of misplays. I definitely don't do a lot of things right, but then a lot of games, it's just like even an idiot could have won them, so, and I am an idiot, so I did win them. Enjoy. Our first opponent for the day is Void Nomad. We got the Demonic Embrace. We don't have a Regisaur, but we have some removal, possible removal, and a great one-drop. So we'll keep it. We'll stay true to our name and keep 7 here. Let's see what Void Nomade has. We could hold on to the Black Lance Paragon. Interesting choice. I don't think... Yeah. I think we hold on to him. We cast Demonic Embrace on our Knight of the Ebon Legion, making him a 4/3 attack. He gets the +1/+1 counter. Essentially just buffing him every turn. What we're going to be doing for our next play, that is the question. Okay, so they're Uronating. They got their land drop. Okay, and that's that. See? Turn 4, win the game. Alright, our next opponent is Goshima. We have the Demonic Embrace. And they're playing Yorion. I don't think Eliminate's going to be doing much for us here, or Murderous Rider. But we have the Demonic Embrace. I mean, I probably should have mulliganed. Odds are I was going to get a Demonic Embrace in my second... In my mulligan, but... Whatever, right? Who cares? They're playing blue, which is good, though. If I saw white and black, I would be kind of nervous, because I played a bunch of Doom Foretold today, and it has just fucking absolutely wrecked me. So no one-drop, so this is pretty weak. You gonna counter that? Interesting. Quench. Just fine with that getting quenched. If I can get my Routing Regisaur down. Shatter the Sky? Glass Casket. Okay. Get one of our zombie knights down. Seriously? How many main deck quenches do you play, you fucking whore? Holy hell. Oh, so you're one of these fucks. This guy's playing probably like that mill. Yeah, what is it? It's like... Wait a minute, no. That's a Peer into the Abyss. That's black. So, yeah, I'll just play out of Gutter Bones. His plan is to mill. We'll make him have the Shatter, I guess. Boy, oh boy, that's annoying. How many answers could you possibly have? Okay. That's not a Shatter. And when he plays Yorion, though, I'm going to be livid. Fuck, I should have waited until I had Spawn of Mayhem. Flample. The good thing, though, is when Murderous Rider dies. Ooh. Okay. That's 2 Demonic Embraces. So now he's going to look for Shatter. The Wanderer. Non-combat damage. I don't care about non-combat damage. rid of him. Yeah, I don't care. Boy, oh boy, this is an annoying deck. Oh my god, that's just cancerous. Our next opponent is B. Daigle, 23. So yeah, as you saw in that last match, this deck folds real quick to being turn 5 or later. Alright, so we got the Dino. We got a turn 1 play. Another thing that we didn't do in that game is we didn't have a good turn 1 play. I mean, we didn't have any turn 1 plays, so they took advantage of us. If he plays white, red and white, so we could be looking at a... Ooh, that's a great top deck. Let's see what you got. Because I was going to say Deafening Clarion. So he plays Opt, so we can't take that. I don't think he should have played Opt. I think he would have rather we take Opt. Instant or sorcery, we don't care, because enchantment is what we want. I don't care if he draws cards. Callous Dismissal could be kind of fucked for us. Looks like he's playing this Vadrock thing. This, like, Vadrock, replay, sorcery, and instant shit. We're okay with him doing that. He's got Stormwing Entities. Okay. So Regisar is going to be our body. What do we get rid of here? Blacklands Paragon and save the Murderous Rider for the Vadrock or whatever he plays next? Yeah. Goodbye. That should be game. Oh no, he can miscast that. Yeah, which I'm okay with. You can get the Callous Dismissal back, but you lose the game if you make that block. Yeah, so there you go. Quick and easy. Okay. Our next opponent is Genesis. Wow, Henry Reed. Genesis FRA. We have the Demonic Embrace, we have 2 2-drops, and we have something to steal from their hand. So, like, I'm gonna say yes, but the fact that we don't have, like, a Spawn of Mayhem is kind of meh. And I don't know if we play 2 2-drops. We'll see. Okay, white. I don't know if we do 1-drop, 1-drop, Kitesail Freebooter, or if we just go Kitesail Freebooter turn 2. Birth of Meletis? Yeah, we're going Kitesail Freebooter. Because if they have... Elspeth Yep, okay. And they fold. Wow. Kitesail Freebooter wins games, dude. Our next opponent is Effin. Hopefully we can actually play a game here, because we've had a series of games in a row where we just didn't even play. This is a good hand. If it had Demonic Embrace instead of, like, Eliminate, it would be a great hand. This is aggressive, but, like, will it be aggressive enough? Play the tapped land. Yes! Yay! And then hopefully, if they don't have a turn 2 play, we could get the Spawn of Mayhem down real quick. Ooh-wee! This is an interesting... I will give up the Gutter Bones. I'll give up the Gutter Bones because it has recursion. They're not going to block the Knight of the Ebon Legion or their Ramper dies. The Elysian Caryatid dies. And then, regardless of what happens, we get damage in. We can play Spawn of Mayhem. They could have removal for it, which would suck, but they're trying to ramp. At the very least, now what I've done is they have to answer Spawn of Mayhem before they do anything else. So they answer Spawn of Mayhem and then 4, so they're going to go even, right? So I just made them use an extinction event. And that's their whole turn. Let's see. And I have 2 removal spells, so if he plays anything, I can remove stats. Alright, so we get some life back. Ramp into something. He wouldn't be allowed to attack anyway right now. Oh, no. He's tapped. That was dumb. I didn't think that that would happen that way. Alright, so he uses another extinction event. Let's do this. If you have any more fucking extinction events, I'll take them. Please and thank you. No Ugin for you, if that's what you were ramping to. Can Mythos my Kite Sail freebooter, I guess. Which I'm okay with that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 2 Phase of Wishes. So this looks like the Sultai ramp. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't think Liliana Standard Bearer is doing much for us. And if he drew a land... Okay, he didn't draw a land. He'd have to discard his Ugin and his Fae if he wants to keep that Fae. We're just going to say no there. I'm just going to play this out now. Fuck it. Why not? I probably should have saved that. Wasn't the smartest. So he's still 2 mana away from being able to do anything. His Fae of Wishes can go fetch something, but like... Oh, right, he can Ugin. The good thing... maybe I should have saved Eliminate for that, but I have the Murderous Rider. Okay, so now he's got something for it. This will force him to do 3. If he plays his Ugin, he has to clear the board for 3, getting rid of all of his toys too, and then we Murderous Rider his Ugin, and I don't know if he has a play after that. Like, he has to get rid of his own Uro and his own Fae of Wishes if he wants to, Otherwise, he just does, what, 2? 3? Yeah, so everything's gone. We're okay with that. Unless he drew another Ugin, and that would be kind of not sick, dude. Hopefully he's just drawing land, because I think this deck plays like heavy into land. Hydroid Crisis. Ugh. Tyrant Scorn. Ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Well, he can't bring the Uro back anytime soon. This is an example of this game's probably already over. I'm just playing it out. Can't draw any cards. This is where Liliana Standard Bearer looks pretty awkward. But if he wants to swing with his Hydroid Krasis, I think I'm like not going to block that. Alright. You're an asshole. Yeah, this deck folds pretty quick. Alright, our last opponent for the day is Brumsy. I don't know if I'm even going to take this to the ladder, because I'm just not the best aggro mage. I've made so many misplays here. I mean, you probably got to play a deck a lot before you really know it, and clearly I don't know this deck well enough, but like, boy oh boy. I'm not a huge fan, to be honest. I mean, it's fun, I like it. It ends games quickly, but it also just peters out. Like, if I don't win the game in the next, like, 2 turns, like, it's over. If he has an answer to this Rotting Regisaur, I guess I have Demonic Embrace on a Knight of the Ebon Legion, but... So he fetches a tapped land. We don't have much to rebuild. I mean, we have the Murderous Riders, I guess. We'll get rid of an Eliminate. That's a little bit of a rebuild right there. So, I'm expecting a Shatter the Sky. There's some sort of, like, Ritual of Soot, Shatter the Sky. That could really kind of throw us off. Storm's Wrath? Storm's Wrath doesn't do it. Extinction Event. Odd. Okay. Do I get a land? I do get a land. Do you have another Extinction Event? Are we just going to be playing a game of I play something, you answer it with some sort of board wipe? Yeah, I guess we are. Jesus. How many could you possibly have? Oh my god, dude. This is incredible. Yeah, whatever you have in your hand, give it to me. Yep, I'll take that. Gonna Demonic Embrace my fucking... Actually, no. We'll do the one from the graveyard. Actually, no, we won't. Fuck it. I know he doesn't have an answer to this yet. What? Where did that come from? Maybe he did. Fuck it. He doesn't have anything I'm going to be killing anyway. How the fuck does he... He has another one? Like, what is this deck that I'm playing? This is unbelievable. Like, just board wipe? Every kind of board wipe. Is that what your deck is? Because, yeah, that's awesome, dude. You made something that's so cool. Good for you. Alright, we'll do one game in ranked, and we'll see how it goes. But Man, this deck is just... Ugh. I'm definitely not the best pilot of a deck like this, and also this deck is just getting real slammed. Just like all sorts of fucked. Even when I have a good hand, I feel like, ugh. I'm definitely tilted, and I played into all those board wipes on that other, but who, like, are you serious? Who plays around every fucking board wipe in the game? Like, how am I supposed to prep for somebody literally just playing tribal board wipe? That's ridiculous. Like, how is that fun for you? Oh, I get to 4 mana, and then just, like, you don't play. Awesome. Same side of the coin, I'm playing a deck that wins by turn, like, 2, so... Take Sublime Epiphany. He can play it earlier, and the mana's more or less restricted. We have plenty to rebuild here, we just need mana, and we need to put pressure on him. So even if he wipes the board, like, I'm okay with that. As long as I draw a fucking land. Actually, no, I need 2 land. 1, 2, 4, 6, 7. So we get in for 7. We drew the land, so we can play Spawn of Mayhem. So if he doesn't have an answer, it's GG. And we can play Rankle soon. Hopefully he whiffs here. Yeah. Flying and trample, so that should do it. Alright, we survived what could have been a disaster, but we just got lucky there. So we got to win in ranked, but... Ugh. So, yeah, it's like fun, but I've been saying it throughout the video, and I'm definitely not the best aggro pilot. Aggro decks and I just don't get along. I just don't play well with them. I think my win rate with like mono red is like exactly 50%. My win rate with like mono green I think is like 40 something percent, and with this it's here, I can take a look. Let's take a look at all of them. I'll tell you how bad of a mono or an aggro. Okay, so Simic Flash 66% win rate. So okay, Dino, this deck, the mono black aggro deck, I have a 40% win rate with 6 wins, 9 losses. Where is my cleave? Believe in the cleave. The cleave, I have a 46% win rate, but that's 7 wins, 8 losses. So I mean, that's not a huge. But I just don't. I guess the point I'm trying to make is I don't play aggro a lot. It's not an archetype I really enjoy. So this deck looks probably a lot worse than it is in my hands because I'm not very good at piloting aggro decks. I'm using the MTGA Assistant app. You can't see it on my screen, but highly recommend it. MTGA Assistant. It has a bunch of stuff in there. Deck statistics, so it'll tell you how many wins you have, how many losses you have. It used to break it out by ranked and in the play queue. It doesn't really do that anymore, but I'm just telling you, I'm not a great aggro pilot. So, this deck is definitely in the right hands. You could probably destroy with this. You could probably have like an above 50% win rate, and you could probably climb in ranked pretty easily. In my hands, it's not so good because I just don't get aggro. I just can't do it. I'm bad at it. But we all have our strengths and weaknesses. One change I would make, I don't think Liliana's standard bearer. I threw it in here because I thought the card draw would be nice. The odds I ever needed a 3 mana flash 3/1 to draw a card was like slim to none. So I'd cut him. Honestly, like I never casted an eliminate. So you might even want to cut Eliminate down to 2. Like, Eliminate would be great if there was an Uro on the field, but by the time this deck has won, like, by the time the game is over, the chances that they actually casted an Uro straight up is so slim. And, like, Murderous Rider is just straight up a better... It was, like, Eliminate... Murderous Rider is going to be there for the big things, and, like, Uro is, like, never going to be one of those big things, because he's never probably going to be... They're going to cast him to, like, get the ramp and then the card draw, but then they're never going to, like, play him... They're never going to escape him, because by the time that happens, the game's already over. You've either won or you've lost. Like, if they get to cast an Uro, you've lost the game. Or I should say, if they get to escape an Uro, you've lost the game at that point. And Eliminate's not going to help you. So, like, I feel like Eliminate, it kind of had diminishing returns there. Murderous Rider, potentially you could swap for, like, a Heartless Act, but I liked Murderous Rider better. I think Murderous Rider, you get the 5/4. But, like, what do we replace? What do we replace, whatchamacallit with? What do we replace? What did I just get rid of? Whatever, Standard Bearer. You could maybe, like, do a Duress. I have it in the sideboard. Maybe just mainboard a Duress. Mainboard, like, 3 Duress, I guess. You have more early plays, more early disruption. Or maybe, like, an Agonizing Remorse. You can get Uro in the graveyard. I don't hate Agonizing Remorse. You do 3 Agonizing Remorse. You can catch Uro in the graveyard. You can catch other things in the graveyard that might have escape costs. And it's just straight up, like, any non-land card. So it's like... I don't know. Well, let's see, because this is basically Duress. So, non-creature, non-land. So, like, the difference... So, if you play a Kitesail Freebooter on 2, you just get a non-creature, non-land. Or if you play an Agonizing Remorse on 2, it's just a non-land. So, it's like, you can... any creature that might be a problem for you, you can nab, too. Exile. And this is Exile. This card legit just straight up exiles it. And Kitesail Freebooter... exiles it until Kitesail Freebooter leaves the battlefield. So it's like, I feel like, yeah, I like this better. I might run this from now and see how it goes. Obviously, you lose 1 life with Agonizing Remorse, but again, like, you're putting pressure on their life a lot more with this deck than they're probably putting on you. So, yeah, damn. So yeah. In my hands, not so great. In other people's hands, I mean, look, it got 2nd place in a player's tour, so it's not bad. It's good. This specific, like, build of it might not be that good. Maybe you should run something closer. But then again, the deck that got as far as it did in the player's tour got as far as it did because it was specifically designed to beat Wilderness Reclamation decks. And this deck, obviously, it's just creature heavy because, in best of 1 in the play queue and in the ranked queue, like, and especially right now, because I don't know what I'm playing against. I don't know, obviously all the top tier decks are out, so it's like I don't know what I'm going to be up against. I think Control's probably going to be popular again, so, like, this deck could take a severe hit from that, just with board wipes basically just ruin you, and counter spells obviously ruin your Demonic Embrace. But if you're on the play, it's obviously way better. So yeah. I'm not good at it, but it is a fun deck. It'll get you wins real quick. I mean, if you want to rank up quickly, this is a good deck to play because you can get, in the time it takes you to win 1 counter, 1 control game, this deck will win, like, 6 games. And if you're fine with conceding quick, it's even better, like, if it's past turn 5 and you haven't won and you're just like, fuck it, like, I'll just move on to the next one, you could probably rank up pretty quickly with this. So yeah. That's my recommendations. That's that. I think the land was pretty good. We drew it when we needed it. Sometimes we never really got mana screwed. We never really got flooded. So I think this setup of land is good. Don't fuck up with the mobilized district like I did. And yeah, get out there, get some wins, get some quick wins. It's a monocolored deck, so you don't have to worry about getting mana screwed as far as colors. Get out there, swing away with a demonically embraced undead zombie dinosaur. We'll catch you in the next one.